Nscn-Im Naga President Q Tukupra aji 46 Republic Day speech te kushi ki Naga political solution diri Korea Nscn-Im ke badnaam Korea do thik nai kindu hosa do Naga solution diri Korea do India laga hat te ase kushi. President Tuku kushi ki India do NNPG saga agreed position noi gina Nagas kange confuse kurobule Korea ase kushi. Aji 46 Republic Day laga occasion de Yampang massacre Matikri massacre oina massacre Mukokchung massacre aro Oting massacre lagam victims kando national martyrs hobole declare krishi. IB details hobo.
Speech of His Excellency Kyutuku, the President of the Government of the People's Republic of Nagalim, on the occasion of 46th Republic Day celebration, CSQ, Hebron, 21 March 2025. My countrymen, today is a proud day for the people of Nagalim Nation. It was on this day, 45 years ago, that we took the bold decision to proclaim our sovereign government to become a true ruler of our own country. Naga Republic Day marks the establishment of our government as dedicated by our political right in accordance with the international political system and ethnic that respect the freedom of the indigenous people. Significantly, this is the day of pride and determination of the Naga people to keep on asserting the God-given rights as a people and as a nation with our own government system based on our sovereign right. Ever since we assert our sovereign right, we have never bowed down to our aggressor at any cost of surrendering our dignity and pride as a nation. Let us continue to uphold the national principle under which we have reached this far. Countrymen, please keep in mind that Naga Republic Day is a symbol of Naga transition to becoming a free nation with our rights respected and honored, in keeping with making a true meaning of the Naga Independence Declaration on 14 August 1947 and Naga plebiscite of 1951. These historic Naga documents are still with the UN archive in New York. Such indelible testament before the UNO is a proof of the Nagas being subjugated and suppressed for more than 70 years by India. Countrymen, it is ironical that Nscn is being blamed for delaying the Naga political solution. But the truth is, in delaying the Naga solution lies with India, and it makes no political sense crying false against the Nscn. For more than 27 years, when Indo-Naga political talks started, India has gone deep into playing divisive politics to keep the Nagas divided on factional line. The truth is, India wants to lessen the weight of the Nscn in the negotiating table for Naga political solution. For this very purpose, Naga National Political Group was created to counterweight the Nscn's price position. Framework Agreement of 3rd August 2015, using the agreed position of NNPG, India wants to confuse the Nagas through agreed position. Significantly, the many factions formed with the blessings of the government of India stand nowhere when negotiation for Naga political issue comes, because they simply do not know how to negotiate with manner as demanded by the complexity of the Indo-Naga political conflict, as reflected by the historical political right of the Nagas. The irony is, they are negotiated by the government of India from their points of interest, leaving aside the historical and political right of the Nagas. This is the reason why they landed up signing the agreed position prepared by the government of India. This development only exposed the yes stand of the so-called Naga intellectuals and many civil society organization leaders who have sold out their moral and ethical standard by hobnobbing with the factions hatched and nurtured by the government of India. This is the worst-case scenario of the Naga history today. Countrymen, let us be awake to the reality that is being bled in the ground today. In the name of Naga solution, certain forces are treacherously plotting to do away with the Naga People's Memorandum as represented by the Naga Club to Simon Commission in 1929, Naga Independence Declaration of 1947, and the Naga plebiscite in 1951. It is unthinkable that Nagas who have tasted the worst political and military pressures of the Indian government for more than 70 years would sell off their rights to India in exchange for a solution under Indian Constitution. May God forbid creating such abominable mess in the name of Naga political solution, because Nagas are not after a more shell of solution after more than 7 decades of blood, sweat, and tears. Countrymen, let us stand by our history, culture, and constitutional values as we keep on asserting our national identity that we have proudly defended for more than 70 years. The world is now well educated and informed about Naga political struggle and its legitimacy. It was a struggle for our better tomorrow, free from political bondage. Our movement is to correct the gross injustice meted out to the Nagas after snatching away our political right and sovereign identity after the departure of the British government from the soil of India. Therefore, we must stand our ground till final justice is delivered and leave the rest to God. Countrymen, our political movement had gone through a series of bloody conflict as we stood the ground to protect the truth against falsehood. Let us learn from history that truth we follow is our strength, and that had brought us to signing the two historic agreements with the government of India, unique history of the Nagas as recognized in July 11, 2002, and the framework agreement on 3rd August 2015. With his two indelible agreements with the government of India, we have done away doubt, lies, might, and distortion, and leaving no scope for India to stand up against the truth of the history. God is truth, and the truth has guided our movement. In God we put our trust, and in Him we await justice to be delivered. Countrymen, despite all this act of inhumanity meted out against the Nagas by the Indian security forces, let us take heart with resilience and courage, for there is God who will be our pillar of strength and justice. On this occasion, I hereby declare that the victim of Yimpang massacre, Matikru massacre, Oinam massacre, Mogokchong massacre, Uting massacre, etc., as national material. In keeping with its spirit, Nscn-GPRN shall not shy away to help and share the pain and sorrow of two children and grandchildren of national martyrs. In God we trust for the day to come when we shall liberate our victory together. Let us not be shaken, and let us not allow ourselves to be fear-ridden because of this kind of massacre as recorded by history. There might be many victims who are silently crying for justice with their agonizing untold stories where their modesty were violated, dignity robbed, even to the point of getting raped and murdered. Nscn-GPRN would welcome such a victim to come forward with courage to have their stories recorded, believing that it is not your fault and you don't do anything to deserve this. Rest assured that you are not alone, as Nscn-GPRN would care to listen to your stories.